Ric Flair versus JBL. I actually asked you this beforehand and said, "Do you want me to ask it?" And said, "Yeah, go and ask it." So
Yeah.
from To Be the Man podcast, Ric Flair. Now this is quite a long quote, so bear with me. We all know the story of Bradshaw. It's fucking brutal, but he's rewarded with a Hall of Fame. It's their company, WWE. They do what they want to do. But what about the 3 or 4 guys who've seen meltdown personally, meltdown and cried? They were so humiliated. I didn't have a falling out. I'm making a personal observation. He's always nice to me. Everybody could take a rib, but outright bullying a guy when he really feels like shit, it's not healthy. Essentially, so this is Ric Flair talking about Bradshaw, and I think he mentions like Mauro Ranallo and maybe one other person in his quote there, but Ric
Well,
Flair and JBL.
Ric Flair giving advice, moral advice to people, I don't know, is Jeffrey Dahmer giving dinner lessons to how you should act on a date with a guy. I mean, it don't match up. I don't know. Yeah, JBL. I've been with him when he would rib guys. I never saw him cry. I think that kind of says more about the guy than it does JBL and Mario. What's his name? Ronaldo, the announcer.
Mauro Ranallo, yeah.
So he quit WWE because of that.
Yeah, I think he's bipolar as well, so I think he was probably someone not as mentally well equipped to deal with the ribbing as others, maybe.
And I'm sure JBL didn't know that. I'm not making excuses for him. But hey, you in a wrestling dressing room. It's F you this and F you that and you SOB and you MFer. But it's not meant. I mean, and it's not meant and honestly, it's meant as it's just the way the guys talk. And I've seen JBL get on guys, and yeah, they would get. I never saw anybody cry though. If you were that sensitive, you don't need to be in a wrestling dressing room to start off with. I think you need to be under a therapist's care and get around people who are kind of nicer. I mean, you can't go into a wrestling dressing room and expect, the language to be uh, okay or PG or so. He's the type, and there's several that I know that have never met a stranger. JBL is one of them. Another one is Robert Fuller. Never met a stranger. It's, hey, buddy, come on in, blah, 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 and this. It's like if you meet John and he likes you, it's like he's known you all his life. And he'll bring you in, he'll laugh, and, he'll listen to you. But I think John, when he did a lot of these ribbing techniques, I think he was drinking a little bit and maybe taking it a little too far. But he never did that stuff. He did ribbing around me, but never to that extreme to where he made somebody cry. If he made somebody cry, I would look at him. I said, John, stop. The guys, look at him. He's got a problem. I mean, guys don't normally cry when other guys ribble. That's just not. I've never seen that. Even ribbing them hard, I've never seen him start crying. But Mauro Ronaldo, whatever his name was, I did hear that he had issues, and maybe he didn't respond to John's ribbing as John would have expected. The Hall of Fame induction, I don't think is any kind of a moral award either. It's just that is he saying that maybe he shouldn't have got that? Ric Flair has one.
He has 2.
Okay, he has 2. After the crap he did that we're not going to bring out, that, the dark side of the ring brought it out. And then I think that stopped him from going to AEW. And Flair behind the scenes, he might have made a lot of females cry too. And he doesn't bring that up.